Hey everybody, thank you guys for coming out to the Midwest Regional for the National Ninja League. My name is Jesse. I'm going to be going over the rules for the kids division. Before we get started, you guys are going to have a 3-minute time limit, and you can have liquid chalk to start at the beginning of the course. We're going to have 2 chalk stations on the course for you guys to chalk up. So if you have a coach or somebody following you, they can't bring chalk everywhere with you. We're trying to keep the course clean for all the competitors, and we have certain spots where we give you chalk that we feel you might need it. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so obstacle 1 and 2 are linked, so that means you can't touch the ground in between them. You're going to start the course over here on this red block. The timer is going to count down. I'll say 3, 2, 1, go. Once that happens, your time starts. The first obstacle is going to be going through our quad steps. It's hands and feet. Any part of the quad step is fine, and you're making your way over to the gray stones. Once you touch the stone, you have cleared the quad steps, and you have started the second obstacle, so make sure you guys don't touch the floor. Just as a general rule for our courses here, you are allowed to reset, so at any point if you start an obstacle, you don't like your swing or you want to get a better grip, you are allowed to reset to the previous platform, so just keep that in mind while you guys are running. On the second obstacle, I'm going to show a separate demo so you guys can see the angle better. But it's going to be feet only on the stones. So you had hands and feet on the quad steps, feet only on the stones, making your way to a red block that you'll see here in a second. So here's the demo. Alright guys, so the next obstacle, you're going to be starting on the red block that was the finish from the stones. It is hands and feet. The things that are on for this obstacle are the rope, these rings, as well as the next rope, making your way over to the gray block. As a general rule on the course, truss is not in play, straps, carabiners, things like that. Especially on the truss, if you guys are landing on a block and you're like falling backward and grab the truss to save yourself, I am going to call you out. If a block is close to the truss and you land on it and you fall forward into it, you have to push off like to save yourself from like hitting your face. That's different, that's okay. But as a general rule, try your best to avoid the truss. You don't want to make me have to make a decision like that. So again, this is hands and feet, and here's the demo. Alright, so the next 2 obstacles are both going to be balance obstacles that are feet only. So going from the gray block that you just landed on, you're going to be using our teeter-totter, feet only, and on the green middle portion only. So no blue where the base is. The touch point for this obstacle is the red mat here. And then you're going into the second portion of the balance, which has a rolling log here. So it doesn't spin a lot, but it can move a little bit. There is a purple piece here on the side of it that you probably can't see in the video. You are allowed to stand on that as well. So as long as you guys aren't touching the gray carpet, you are okay for this obstacle. Just remember that it's feet only and you're making your way to the gray block on that side. So I'll demo both of those now. Alright, so our next obstacle, you guys just landed on the gray block from the balance. This red block is the start of your next obstacle, so you guys are allowed to touch those mats in between to get over here. Once you're up on this red block, this obstacle is going to be hands only, and your hands may only be on these red rings. So you're going to be taking your rings through the ring toss, onto the hooks here, until you feel you can dismount to this gray block here. So here's an example. Alright guys, so after you complete the ring toss, you're going to be coming over here. The start of this obstacle is this red block. So again, you can touch the floor to get over here. Once you're up here on this red block, the next 2 obstacles are going to be hands only. So the first portion is going to be going across these trapeze bars. Once you touch the pumpkin, you have cleared the first part of this obstacle. The second obstacle is going down the pumpkin slider to the red mats there at the end. And I'll show two different demos so that way you guys have a better angle for both. So here's demo number one. Alright guys, so once you guys come off the pumpkin slider to those red mats, you can touch the floor again. You're coming over here. The start of your next obstacle is going to be this gray block. You're going to be going through our devil steps. It's hands only. You can choose whether you want to do the bigger gaps or the smaller ones that are closer to the wall. The only thing that is on is your hands on the purple portion of the wooden steps. So the black on the outside, the peg bombs and monkey bars on the outside are not part of it. You're just using the wooden portion of the steps, making your way over to the gray block on the other side. So here's a demo. Alright guys, almost to the finish. The last obstacle before the warp wall is going to be a series of lache / monkey bars. So you guys are going to be starting on that gray block that you just finished the devil steps from. You're going to be going through the bars here. So that first bar is going to be higher for your guys' age group. I just didn't have time to raise it tonight for the video. But it is going to be more in line with the other ones. So you're going to have a bar straight across, a couple half bars, and then the bar right before the salmon ladder and the salmon bar can spin a little bit, so just be aware of that. But this obstacle is hands only until you can make it to this gray block here. So I'll give a demo. Alright guys, so final obstacle. You're going to be coming off that salmon ladder dismount. Once you touch that gray box, you can come down to the ground. You're going to have 3 attempts to get up our 10-foot warp wall. For this obstacle, the only thing that is in is the 10-foot wall. You may not use the ladder, the box off to the side, or the 12-foot wall, or the ring. It's just the 10-foot wall going up and over. There's a buzzer on the wall at the top. Make sure you hit that buzzer because it's going to stop your time and give you your final point. Again, thank you guys for coming out. You're going to have a 3-minute time limit. We look forward to seeing you crush it.